Who's Who in the Dissident Right. Brittany Pettibone. By Colin Liddell. Named after an unpopular peninsula in France and with a porcelain beauty, Pettibone is one of the alt-right's premier ethos. Her surname, evocative of a small penis, is also deeply problematic. After the alt-right's Simp Wells started to run dry in 2019, she finally decided to marry some guy, Austrian ex-neo-Nazi and identitarian, Martin Sellner, at the advanced age of 27. She made up for her lack of nubile and pristine youthfulness by being taller than him. As an ethot, it can safely be assumed that she has no ideas, originality, or authenticity of her own worth commenting on. So, why even mention her in a serious compendium like this? The main, and perhaps only reason, to keep tabs on Brittany, is, as an historical artifact, demonstrating how the combination of social media and thoughterly became conduits for the degenerative sub-intellectual and sub-ideological content that undermined the once potent alt-right. From a high IQ, Apollonian movement, forging a future spiritual and philosophic elite, it instead transmuted into an impotent, infantilized, emotionalized, and over-feminized hot mess, which is where it kind of remains today. Characters like Brittany played their part in this tragic downward spiral. Luckily, I don't have to do all the tedious research to demonstrate this. A hard-working academic at a Dutch university has spent years trawling through Pettibone's Twitter and other social media. He has built up a convincing picture of how she was turned from an apolitical airhead with a petty interest in sci-fi writing into part of the mewing herd of alt-writers stumbling off the conspiratard and meme cliffs. The academic, Professor Eco Malley, details how Pettibone was a nobody on Twitter, with low engagement, until she started to pick up on the noise generated by the alt-right and Trump's presidential run, and started to tentatively chime in, about 1 month before the election in November 2016. Her breakthrough came when she latched onto a story from a British tabloid about the psychological effects of sex on children. This was the first tweet of hers that got a big response, 32 likes and 63 retweets, but it is not known how much of this response was generated by bots. At this time, it should be remembered that Russian bot farms, under the control of the Russian Internet Research Agency, were working furiously to push #Petigate, #Pizzagate, and #Podestagate conspiracy theories in order to undermine Trump's opponent in the election, Hillary Clinton. Hooked by the attention, Pettibone, without clearly examining, verifying, or in any way understanding the conspiracy theories she was pushing, enthusiastically jumped aboard the train. As explained by Professor Malley. Quote, "The real breakthrough moment of Pettibone on Twitter occurred when she started to engage with the Podesta emails. In October and November 2016, WikiLeaks released 20,000 emails allegedly from Podesta, an American political consultant with close relations with the Clintons and the Democratic Party. Pettibone very quickly surfed on the hype surrounding the Podesta email leak and mobilized several hashtags that proved to be crucial in generating uptake. Her first Podesta tweet used the hashtag PodestaEmails28 and managed to get over 1,000 retweets and likes. In that post, Pettibone links to a thread from the infamous pro-Trump Reddit, Arthur Donald, as proof that the Democratic Party organized pedophilia rings. The whole thread is based on one email from performance artist Marina Abramovic to John Podesta, in which she says that she is looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. End quote. By that point, Pettibone was well and truly hooked, a mere cog in Putin's disinfo and disruption machine, and part of the downward spiral of a meta-political movement that had been hijacked to achieve petty political goals, and even pettier geopolitical ones. Yes, Pettibone, like so many in the alt-right, was merely an unwitting meat bot.